Hello everybody. So I am not on camera today because I'm not camera ready. This is my administrative day. Okay. And I saw my mentor do this the other day because they've clearly taken away the option to do audio only on lives. So I saw my mentor do this the other day. So I'm taking a page out of her book. Thank you for, thank you, Emrain, for this idea. So I'm going to just jump right into this because I do have quite a few things that I need to get to today, but I wanted to tap on this particular subject. So many of you know that I am a certified hypnotherapist. I do work with the subconscious mind to assist people in making changes in their lives, reaching goals, overcoming challenges, and helping them make forward movements and leaps and bounds into the next chapter in their lives and their next greatest yet to be. But I do see a lot of posts and people talking about separating themselves from the mind or saying that they are not the mind. Or, it's the same thing when we're trying to kill the ego, right? Hey, Destiny. So I want to talk about this because there is a huge misconception about working with your mind, okay? We don't want to ever separate ourselves from any parts of ourselves. That is the reason why we're in the state that we're in right now, okay? As a society, as individuals, collectively, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, we're already fragmented. So the goal of healing is to become whole, become one. So why would you want to separate yourself from any part of yourself? So ask yourself that question first and foremost. I have seen people do mantras and meditations that say, I am not my mind. I am separate from my mind. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? That is not the way you want to go. You don't want to move in that direction. So I'm not saying this to put anybody down or to say that somebody is wrong. I'm just saying this is the realm this is my realm, right? This is my area of expertise. And my job as a hypnotherapist is to assist people with helping all the minds communicate with each other to assist each part of the mind. There's many different departments and compartments of the mind, but to assist every part of the mind to work as a unit, as a cohesive unit, so that you can actually stop fighting against yourself and all of those parts of the mind, stop fighting against each other to work together toward a common goal. That is the key. That's what you want to be doing. So you want to move into a partnership with your mind, okay? And there's many parts of the mind. I have classes where I go into depth about that. I am not going to break all of that down in this live, okay? If any of you guys are interested in checking out my classes, you can go to the Mind Magic Institute. This is it right here that you're looking at. So you can go on the Mind Magic Institute and find all of the classes that I offer. They're self-study, so the moment you sign up, you're able to immediately get started, listening to classes. I really do break down the parts of the mind in the Breakthrough Boot Camp. I'm going to be doing a reboot of that, an extended version of that, probably in the next couple of months. You'll see that happening. We're going to go even deeper into that subject matter. I do also break it down very deeply in the Be Magic program. So if you want to take a look at those, feel free. And also, if you ever want to work one-on-one, that's a great way to learn more from me one-on-one too. Because in my sessions, I go hard. I teach. I don't only do hypnosis with clients, but I teach in the session. So you always walk away learning something, okay? But we are constantly told to separate ourselves from the ego, like kill the ego off. You need your ego, okay? The best thing to do with anything that tries to present itself as an enemy is to, one, get to know it better, right? Learn how to understand your enemy, with the enemies that are outside of you, as well as the so-called enemies within, right? So get to understand it better, all right? Anything that we've been told in the past. Sorry, I have all my windows open, so if you hear kids and birds and scooters, the outside is easily coming into the house right now because everything's open. But anything that has any sort of adversarial energy is something that you definitely want to study, and you want to get to know it so that you can understand what you're working with, not against. What are you working with, not against? When we try to move against the grain, that is when we come up against a whole lot of conflict and resistance. But when you understand the so-called enemy, and you understand how it or they move and how it works. This is why I'm always constantly stressing the importance of studying the mind, studying energy, studying yourself, okay? So when you are operating in that energy, that vibration of getting to know your mind, getting to know the adversarial parts of yourself, okay? Getting to know your enemy, that could be a person walking down the street, but understanding what makes it and them tick is where you find your power, okay? Trying to work against it, trying to fight it, trying to separate yourself from it. People try to separate themselves from pain, right? They try to hurry up and get rid of pain. They try to hurry up and get rid of conflict in their lives. They try to hurry up and get rid of problems instead of understanding why it's there in the first place. What are you trying to show me? How can we work in partnership to achieve the higher level, the higher goal? That is what working with this energy is all about. This is why you want to get in partnership with your mind, okay? Because everything starts in the mind. There's other things that are included in that, but ultimately the universe is mental, all is mind. So why would you separate yourself from all, from the very thing that creates the all? Why would you separate yourself from that? Why would you not be that? We are more than just our minds, absolutely. But we cannot negate the fact that the mind is a part of us. It is a part of the universe. It is what created everything that is in existence. Why would you separate yourself from the all? Ask yourself that question the next time you hear something or someone say that. You already know that they aren't, not that hey, I can't call them right or wrong, but you already know that they are not in alignment. They're missing a piece of the puzzle, okay? Your mind is your friend. You can get your mind to work with you on behalf of you. I just hit up my marketing, the woman that does my marketing, and I asked her to change the wording on an ad that's out there right now. She just did it, and she's not a hypnotherapist. She doesn't do this work, so of course she doesn't know. But in the ad, it said break free from your mind. I said, hey, can we change that? Because I'm not sending the message that the mind is an enemy, because it is not. The moment I started understanding my mind, I started becoming friends with my mind. I got into partnership with my mind, and my mind and I work together. We work cohesively. I have a great communication with my mind. And because I have a great communication and relationship with my mind, guess what? It's easy for me to break through challenges and to break through conflicts that come up. Today I had to move and shift pain out of my body, out of my lower back. I could barely stand up and walk. I'm fine right now. Why? And I didn't take any medication at all. Hey, come back. I didn't take any medication at all because I understood what needed to happen. I understood how to communicate with my friend, my mind, me, a part of me. I communicated with my friend and asked it questions. I communicated with the cellular memory of my body and asked it questions. I communicated with the pain and asked it questions, and I got to the root of it, and I was able to do certain things to clear it, to transmute it, to push it out. And guess what? I'm about to teach a class on how to do just that. It is my friend. It gives me ideas. Do you understand that? Don't ever try to separate yourself from yourself. That is what we have been taught in religion, in society. All of these systems that are in place have taught us from the moment we came into our mother's womb to separate ourselves from ourselves, to separate ourselves from our power. So I asked her to change the ad to step into your personal power, or form a partnership with your mind. Change it to one of those, or do two separate ads for both of them, okay? Because that is the message that I am sending to anybody that sees that. We make a mistake trying to hurry up and rid ourselves of things that are uncomfortable. And that is not the way that you step into your personal power. The way you step into personal power is by confronting the thing that makes you uncomfortable or that brings discomfort. Being in it, laying in it, sitting in it, feeling it, and understanding it. Understanding it. It hurts, it sucks, it's scary, it's ugly, it's embarrassing, it brings up a lot of emotions. But that's why this work is not airy-fairy. This work is not woo-woo. This is real work. So when I see things being posted and people trying to teach certain things, and I know it's way out of whack, I got to say something. Especially when it's dealing with the mind. Now, I'm not the know-all, be-all, end-all when it comes to the mind and mind magic and hypnosis and all of that. Of course, there are people out there that have been doing this longer, and they probably know more than me. But at the same time, I know what I know. I live and walk this stuff every single day. I have healed myself, and I have taught others how to heal themselves through the use of their own mind. And everything is not visualization. Sometimes you just can sense things and feel things, and that's how you use the power of your mind. Everything doesn't have to come through visualization. I've had to learn that because I work with people who can't visualize. They can't see pictures in their mind. It's called aphantasia. That's a real thing. So I have had to learn how to teach people how to use the power of their mind without pictures. And you can do that too. But you must first begin with appreciating all parts of you, all parts of the self, all parts of humanity. Appreciate it because you are walking in a human body. You are dwelling on an earthly realm, having a human experience. All of us ain't necessarily human. We know that, right? However, we are having a human experience. So in order for us to be successful at humanity, we need to understand it. We need to understand the depths of it. We need to understand hell. We need to understand satanic energy. We need to not be afraid of it and try to separate ourselves from it. Understand it, because guess what? It is all you. You are everything. You are everything, and everything is you. So the moment you get afraid of something that doesn't feel right or is scary, or somebody taught you to be afraid of something, the moment you do that, you begin the further separation of self. You begin the further, you draw a wedge, you put that wedge in between you and the truth. Okay? This is the work. This is true, deep inner work. And in order for us to really heal ourselves and become better humans, become more healed, become more compassionate, become wiser, become more grounded, become more ascended, right? In order for us to do that, we got to understand humanity first. You got to understand your mind, your energy, your body, what it's used for, how to use it. And it is an abyss. It's a rabbit hole. It's a limitless, boundless subject matter. And it is something that you will never come to the end of. And that's the beauty of knowledge. That's the beauty of being in this realm, right? There's so much that we haven't discovered yet. It's not that we don't know it, because we do know everything. We just haven't discovered it yet. We haven't remembered it yet, right? And I always say that the human experience, life itself here on planet Earth, is remembrance training. So we are being pushed into remembering who we are, where we come from, why we're here. We're being pushed into remembering past lives and past life experiences. We're being pushed into remembering certain parts of our current lifetime that we need to remember in order to let go of it or transmute it and then allow it to help us grow, right? This is why it's important to do self-love work and self-acceptance work, because in order for us to truly manifest on those higher levels and get the things that we desire and experience life at a frequency of joy and peace and happiness every day, we have to love every part of ourselves. Before you can love every part of yourself, you need to know every part of yourself. And you need to accept those parts of yourself, no matter how ugly they are, no matter how many mistakes we've made in the past. We got to love all of it and get to know all of it and accept it as who we are. This is a part of me. That's something I do sometimes. Okay, this is how I operate. This is how I move. But the moment we try to separate ourselves from any parts of it, especially the mind, that's when we lose the battle. That's when we can totally just say, you know what? I got to start all over from scratch because I'm trying to separate myself from something that is me. You cannot hide from yourself. It's impossible. You can't separate yourself from your mind. It drives me crazy that people even are teaching this type of stuff. But they don't know. They don't know because all they're trying to do, and really what's trying to happen, is they understand that, wow, the mind is very powerful. And no matter how much I try to stop doing a thing, I can't seem to stop doing it. So I'm just going to separate myself from it and say, I am not my mind. I am not my mind. I am not my mind, right? I'm going to try to do that instead of understanding why it's hard for me to break this pattern. What is the tool that I need to break the pattern? And there are lots of tools available. My tool of choice is hypnosis and magic. That's my tool of choice. But there are so many things out there, right? All of it is hypnosis. It's just another form of it. They call it different names and different techniques and methods and all of that. But when you get down to the root of it, you're doing subconscious work. You're working with the emotional mind, shifting, changing, energy that is attached to an emotion from an event that took place in the past that is affecting or influencing your current state of being. That's what we're doing with any of these tools, okay? Whether you're journaling, whether you're doing some tarot, doing divination, you're meditating, whatever it is, visualization, you going outside and stomping your feet 10 times and burying something in the dirt, whatever it is, you're using some form of activity, some form of visualization, some form of induction. Okay, you're using a form of induction to get you into the space of believing that the very thing that you're trying to accomplish is already done. What are you doing? You're trying to influence the subconscious mind, the emotional mind. That is a form of hypnosis. Okay. You are working with your mind. You know what hypnosis is? The difference between hypnosis and meditation is this. In meditation, we are working to slow the thoughts down, quiet the thoughts, so that we can just be in a space of receptivity, right? That's what we're doing. You cannot stop your thoughts. So many people say, oh, I can't stop my thoughts. That's why it's hard for me to meditate. Well, you're not supposed to stop your thoughts because your mind is created to think. It's supposed to create thoughts. That's why you can't stop it. Okay? But you can slow them down. You can quiet them down. And you can control them. You can. So in hypnosis, what we're doing is we are organizing the thoughts. We are telling the thoughts what to do. We're moving them around. We're shifting them, right? We're shifting them into visual pictures or into a sound or whatever, right? And we begin to create something out of those thoughts and say, I'm going to change it. It's like you're adjusting the color. You're adjusting the picture. You're adjusting the resolution of that thought to create and manipulate it into what you need to achieve whatever the goal is, or to release whatever the issue is, or to transmute it or clear it, whatever you're doing. That is hypnosis. You're organizing your thoughts and you're manipulating the energy, i.e., what we call magic. Okay? So you don't want to separate yourself from your mind. Your mind is not your enemy. It can be if you don't understand it and you let it run rampant and you let it control you and you're just a puppet, right? So it can be. But really, it is trying to be your friend. It's trying to show you, hey, this is what I can do. I'm showing you how powerful I am right now. So if you know how to use me the right way, I can be your friend. It's the same thing with anything else in life. Money. Money is your friend. If you understand it, if you know how to use the energy the right way, it can be your friend. It's a friend to a lot of people on this planet, right? But it can also come in the form as an enemy to those that don't understand it and those who misuse it and those who allow it to control them, right? That's with anything in life. It can either benefit you or it can hurt you. But because we have the authority to manipulate the energy, we have the authority to understand how to use this energy, how to become friends and form a partnership with our minds. This is where free will comes in. You have the free will to shift and change whatever it is you want to shift and change. If you're not standing in that awareness, if you're not stepping forward into it and taking full advantage of the opportunity to do so, yes, it will appear as an enemy. It will appear as something that's trying to hurt you. It will make you feel like I need to separate myself from this. I need to not be my mind right now. Instead of saying, hey, mind, what's up? Tell me why we doing this right now. What's going on with this? What's this doing in here? How can we work together to change this? I don't want to do this anymore. And I know you don't want to do this anymore. I know you're tired too, because guess what? That energy, that paradigm, that thing that's inside of you that makes you keep living that same cycle over and over and over again, it's tired too. It does not really get a lot of joy out of keeping you in the same cycle. Sometimes it does, but ultimately it's like, I'll keep doing this, but if I could take a vacation, I would. If I could put this job down, I've been doing this job for 50, 60 years, I would do something. How do I know? Because I've had these conversations with other people's energies and paradigms in their mind that keeps them in a cycle. And I have asked the question, or I get them to ask the question, and that energy is saying, I'm tired. I would love to go away now. Or I'd like to do something different. I'd like to do a different job. I'm giving y'all a free game right now. Okay? Those of you who have worked with me, you already know. Now, I ain't going to tell you how to do it, but I'm giving you free game right now. Okay? Because a lot of people are stuck and they don't understand why they're stuck. This is why you have to be careful about who you listen to and who you take information from. People out here, everybody wants to, be into, the mind, because that's the thing now. That's the trend. The trend is using the mind, to create what you want, and the law of attraction and the law of vibration and all of that. Everybody, that is a thing. And great. I love it. I love that people are into it and people are getting into it. It makes me very happy to see that people are understanding, are finally waking up to what many of us have known for so long, right? However, everybody is not well versed in this subject enough to truly guide another person, down the right path. This is why I stress studying. You ain't got to study with me, but there's so many books and classes out there that you can take and things that you can do to understand your mind on a deeper level. You just have to sit and take the time to do it, But don't just be listening to everybody's meditations. Don't be out here just listening to everybody's, hypnosis tracks and stuff. Like, study the people that you're listening to. Like, look them up. Find out what gives you the do you have the credentials to do this? What gives you the authority to do this? Do you really know what you're talking about? Do you understand it? Because people are misguided. I'm not saying that they're crooks or charlatans. I'm just saying that they don't fully understand. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't take the time out to study deeply, for real deeply, this stuff. They get a little bit of information and they go run with it. What am I always talking about? This, because this is my lane. That don't mean I won't find another lane and get well versed in another thing at some point, but this is my lane, right? I know this, and I continue to learn more. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So find people who know what they're talking about, especially when it comes to hypnosis, when it comes to talking about the mind. Because listen, the mind, everything is mind. So yes, there are people out here who want to get up in your mind, because that's how you can control people. Okay? That's a real thing. Mind control is real. But you have the armor is knowledge. The armor is knowledge and embodiment. That's the knowledge. That's the armor right there. If I know how my mind works and I understand what hypnosis is and I understand that it is happening every day in every way, then I have full control over what I take in as truth. It helps you become more discerning. So you're just not out here letting any old body feed you some stuff. You have to learn how to block certain things out. You need to learn how to cleanse certain things out and release certain things and transmute certain things. You have to learn how to you got to understand energy, understand how the minds, plural, work, and how you work. What's your pedigree? What's your background? What's your pattern? Do you know what your patterns are? Okay. There's a lot of people who are going on YouTube and listening to people who, listen, let me tell y'all something. There are a lot of weekend certification classes for hypnosis and past life regression and, all kinds of stuff. My thing with my own, I would tell you, whoever you're listening to, do they have a website? Are they certified? Can you find out where their certification comes from? Do they belong to a union or an association? Okay. Look at their reviews. Don't just get wowed by the fact that they can put somebody in hypnosis and make them do things and all of that type of stuff. Let me tell you something. If you watch enough videos, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. In fact, you're probably putting people in hypnosis and you have no idea that you're doing it because you don't understand the process, right? So do your research before you just start listening to any old body. Do some background research on them, okay? How have they used it for themselves? How have they changed their lives by using it? You're going to see more and more people doing this kind of work because it's catching on now. It used to be taboo. People used to be afraid of it, but now it's catching on because that is the wave of the future. That's the energy that we're in right now. We're in that Aquarian age and that Luciferian age where everything is happening in the mind and in the airwaves, okay? And through visuals, through video, okay? Through aesthetics. So you're going to see more people doing this kind of work. More people claiming that they can do this kind of work, okay? More people who are getting into this kind of work. You're going to see more people going to study more about, becoming a hypnotherapist and all of that. So you're going to see a lot of this happening. Make sure you do your due diligence. Research the people that you're working with, okay? Research the people that you're listening to, that you're watching on YouTube. Research them. Do they have information out there? Are they giving away information or are they just showing what they can do? What is their purpose for doing what they're doing? Can you binge watch informational videos that resonate, that feel good energetically to you? Be discerning because you're going to see a lot more of this. Trust me, a lot more. And it's okay. That's fine. That's okay. But your mind is precious. Okay? Your mind is your best friend. So treat it as such. Treat it like it's your child, like it's your little baby. Be like, ho, this is my mind now. Wait a minute, hold up. Learn how to protect yourself before you go listening to all of these people telling you that you're not your mind, Lord. Okay. So hopefully this has been helpful for somebody out there. Please feel free to share this video. I think it's something that people need to hear and need to understand on a wider spectrum, a deeper level. And if you guys are interested in any, further learning, deeper learning, this is the website, the Mind Magic Institute. I have a lot of classes on here that I go into depth with discussing the mind. Just to name a few is the self-hypnosis class. Okay, that's a great one because I go into super depth about what hypnosis is, the mind, and all of that. Also, the Breakthrough Boot Camp is another great one to look into, and Be Magic. I have the self-study Be Magic class on there now. You can sign up for it. You can pay monthly for it. It is different than the live Be Magic class, which I am revamping and rebranding now. So that will be introduced in the next couple of months, okay? But those are the three that I would highly recommend if you're interested in learning more about the mind, okay? Those are paid classes. I do have the Mind Magic Library, which is has over 208 lessons in it. You pay one time $97. You get a lifetime access to that, okay? That's a culmination of all of the information that I have done throughout the years from 2015 all the way to present. My YouTube videos, Facebook videos, posts and, tips and articles that I've written. All of that is in the Mind Magic Library. It's where you can find all my stuff in one place, okay? And I'm going to constantly be uploading new stuff into that as well. So that's another way to get the information, so you don't have to scour the internet trying to find everything everywhere. I just put it all in one place, all right? So go ahead to this website, check out what's there. Again, you can always work with me one-on-one. If you're ready to do one-on-one work, you can go to opendoorhypnosis.com and schedule a free consultation to talk about how you may want to use hypnotherapy to assist you in overcoming a challenge or reaching a goal. Okay, I hope you guys have a fabulous day today. Sending you lots and lots of love. I'm actually going to be introducing about 3 or 4 more classes coming up, so be on the lookout for those. And yeah, that's it. Much love to you. Share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.